Hi everyone. So I just wanted to come to you and share what I do to book parties because that seems to be the place where people say they have the most difficulty. Okay, so what I do, and this is what I did when I first started 31. I actually went through my whole entire Facebook because I had about 1,000 friends. So I went through my friends list and I just started making a list of people. I wrote down every friend I could think of and even friends of their friends that I knew that I could get in contact with, relatives, whether they were near or far or wherever they may be, acquaintances, people that wasn't really friends with, but I knew them, and I don't know, just people that I knew of, right? Neighbors, kids connections. I don't really have any kids, but for any of you that do, any person that you know through maybe your kid's school or class or anything like that. And then the last one is spouses or sports. I did sports because I don't have a spouse. So this is called your Frank's list. That's how many letters is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those 6 letters all stand for something. That's your Frank's list, okay? So you want to make a list of people, and I had over 100 people on this list, and you want to reach out to every single person individually, and you want to say something to the effect of, "Hey, how are you? I know it's been a while," or whatever it is how you would address this person normally. I decided to take a leap and start my own 31 business, and I would love it if you would support me and host a party for me, or just something very, very simple. We could do a home party, we could do a Facebook party. It's going to be so much fun. I would love to get you some free stuff. I've seen this stuff already, and I absolutely love it, and I know you're going to love it too. Just something simple, something to ask them if they would host a party for you, okay? I did this when I was first getting started, and to be honest with you, I actually do it once a year. If I start to run out of people to ask to have parties, I'll make a new list. And then my list eventually evolves into people that I've met through parties that have not hosted parties for me yet and stuff like that, okay? Once you start getting orders and having parties and that, it might start to get a little bit trickier to have a party, because once you already ask everybody in your circle, how do you keep booking the parties? Okay, so I try to book a party, at least one party at every party, especially if you have a home party. If you have a home party, I'm trying for 2 parties from that party, okay? Some of the ways you could do this. So one thing that I do is I have this large utility tote. I have an O-Snap pocket attached to it, and it says, pick a date to party and pick one for free. And in that large utility tote, I have a whole bunch of bags that I've just been accumulating over the year that I just keep in there. And it was maybe customer specials. If somebody that I knew that lived close to me didn't use one of their customer specials, I might buy it for that cheaper price and then hang on to it and use it to try to book other parties or as a giveaway or something like that. So I have this bag full of goodies, and I tell them at the party, if you book a date to party with me, you could pick anything in here for absolutely free, and I will give it to you at your party. Okay, so that's one thing I do at parties. I also tell my hostess, if you help me book 2 parties, I will give you something. Maybe you want to give them $10 more extra credit, or you want to give them an extra prize, or if they reach 600 and you want to buy them the hostess special. Whatever it is that you are comfortable doing, okay? It's just ways to try to book new parties, okay? So that's what I do at home parties. Also at checkout, I make sure I let everybody know. I will follow up with you and ask you how everything is, okay? So just so they have the heads up that you will be contacting them. Now, the key word I said is follow up. Follow up is huge and probably one of the most important parts of this business. And when I don't follow up, I do not have parties on the books. I'm going to be 100% honest with you, okay? The key to this business is following up, all right? So what you want to do is, after your items have been delivered, and you will get a notification when they're delivered, you could check if they've been delivered or not. Usually about a week or 2 after that, I will reach out to the person and say, hey, I saw that you got your stuff. Just wanted to see how you like everything. Did everything come out okay? Just start a conversation with them, okay? from what I've noticed, the shorter the messages I send, the more responses I have. Because at first, when I first started, I would send this big, long message that said, just wanted to see how you like everything. Do you want to book a party? I would put everything in this one long message, and people would just ignore me. It was like crickets. I was like talking to myself for 2 hours straight. So I've been trying to send shorter messages. So I'll always mention the person's name. So I usually have like a script that I will use. I will change it to the person's name. I will always mention the party that they ordered from. So, hey, Susie, this is Jovan, your favorite 31 girl. I just wanted to check in and see, how do you like that large utility tote that you got at Amy's party? Okay, so I try to make it as specific as possible. You don't have to go crazy, but I always pull up their order and I see, I mention at least one thing that they've ordered. I mention their name. I mention the hostess name, so they remember me and they put 2 and 2 together. Okay. Eventually, after you start going back, most of the times sometimes they still will not answer you. It's okay. Don't get upset. They still like you. Okay, it's okay. They might not answer you. They might be busy. They might. Whatever it is, okay? But if they do answer you, most likely they will say, oh my God, I love it. It's so cute, blah, blah, blah. And they'll say something and you'll be like, oh, that makes me so happy. Like, that's fantastic. Please let me know if you need anything, any other 31 needs. Sometimes I'll give it a little bit of a rest, but other times I'll say, like this last round when I was reaching out to people, I've said, oh my God, I'm so excited that you like it. I just want to let you know that we just launched our brand new catalog, and I would send them the link. Check it out. Please let me know if I can get you anything, or even if you'd like to host a party of your own and get some more for free. Okay. So whenever I do my follow-up, I kind of try to build a relationship with these people. And then eventually I'm going to ask them if they want to have a party. And if you do it correctly, like I have some girls that I've been talking to for like 6 months, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But eventually they're like, you know what? I want to book a party. Okay. So it might take time, but you're investing your time to book parties. Okay. What else do I have here on my list? Keep track of everything. This is a really big one. Oh, and I didn't bring my paper in here. I'm going to have to go take a walk so I can find it for you. I have 2 things I want to show you, how I keep track of people that say that they want to book a party. Okay, so give me 1 second. Oh my God, don't even tell me it's out in my car. And it is. I left my bag in my car. Okay, so here's what I do. I have, I'll show you I have 3 folders, okay? One that says need to follow up, one that says no response, and one that says responded. Okay, so I go through my order and my order history, and we can make another video on how to do that. And I print out the whole entire party. Okay, so every order from that party. So I have a hard copy of it, and they all go into the need to follow up folder. As I get the time, I might be sitting there at lunch bored one day at work, and I might say, okay, I'm going to follow up with 2 girls right now. Later on, I might follow up with 2 more. Okay, so whenever I get time to follow up with these people, I do. So once I follow up, I write on that paper, I write whatever today's day was, and you just make like a quick note that you reached out to them via text message, via email, whatever, okay? Then I put that in the folder not responded, okay? So it went from my need to respond to not responded because they have not responded to me yet. Then if they text me back, I take that paper out and I move it into the responded folder, and I make a quick note about what they said. Love their products, may want to have a Facebook party. Love their products, super busy right now, maybe wants to host a party in the spring. Okay, so if they mention that they want to, so I'm just keeping track of the conversation. So next time when they reach out to me, I know what's happened, okay? Because it is hard to keep track of everything. So when they do mention that they want to have a party at some point, I have another system, okay? I know I have a lot of systems. I have this little filing system, and it has index cards on it, okay? And if you could see, they have months on them, okay? So if somebody says to me, you know, I want to host a party maybe sometime in May, okay? So I'm talking to them right now. It's February. I want to host a party sometime in May. So I'm just going to, please excuse my roll that's hanging out. Okay. I'm going to go. Can you see? So right now I would take, I keep all these people on index cards, right? I write their phone number. I wrote the date that I talked to them and when they said they wanted to have a party. And then I file it in the month where they say they want to have a party. Actually, I even file it the month before, so I know to reach out to them. I go to in April, I will go to all my Aprils and be like, oh yeah, so-and-so said they want to have a party in May. Let me reach out to them and make sure we get a party on the date, party on the books. Okay, so that's what I do for my systems. That's how I reach out to people. That's how I book parties. I've been pretty successful so far with it, but I am consistent and I do work to get those parties. You can't expect to just post in your VIP group and then for everybody to come running and be like, I want to host a party with you. It's not going to happen. It may happen at first, but it's not going to last, okay? So you really have to be intentional and ask people to have a party. And don't be afraid if people say no. They say no. Okay, on to the next one. The way I think about it is the more no's I get, I'm eventually going to get a yes. So just keep trying, and I promise you will book those parties. All right, I hope this helps everyone. Bye.